God damn.
Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 999.
One more.
I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with James. What's up, James?
Hey, guys. Hey.
What's up, Mike D?
God damn, I got Extremis in my junk.
What's up, Phillip?
Shit.
Okay, so before we were analyzing the episode to death, me and Mike D, I did enjoy the episode as I'm watching with Mike D. I'm like, this is like really, the visuals are amazing. Oh my God, the Pope, it's great. The Truth Monks, whatever. And then all of a sudden, as we're watching it, he's watching on his end, I'm watching on my end. I got scared because I'm like, oh no. Journey to the center of this hardest reset button. Oh no. But I didn't even really think about it because we were watching it and I'm like, I really liked it, but, and then when Mike D mentioned the Matrix, I'm like, oh my God, it's true. Moffat completely copied this episode of Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, because the architect tells Neo that they constantly battled Zion, and there was a thing called the One, and each time they defeated them quicker, and it was like they were getting better at it and better ways to defeat them each time. So it's like he was like, it's a continuing cycle. And I'm saying to myself, you know, Mike D's right. They're watching Moffat's watching the Matrix movies. He's watching our cast talking about the Mandela effect, talking about CERN, talking about all this stuff. He made a freaking sandwich, and that's what it is. But the thing that's crazy is, okay?
We were just talking about the Mandela effect and how it affected dimensionality and stuff. And
right, we're talking CERN.
It's like he's making notes listening to your show.
and here's the thing, and Mike D's not even joking about it. He's serious.
No, I'm being serious.
Fucking serious as a heart attack. Now, the thing is that, now that I'm thinking about it, if this was a simulation that they ran constantly, to which this is the final simulation to where now they feel ready to conquer the Earth, that this is the perfect Doctor simulation, that this is the perfect build, this is the perfect this. The whole point of running this simulation is not to defeat the Earth, but to defeat the Doctor, because the Doctor's the one that's standing in the way of conquering Earth. So they think that they've won, but here's the thing. If they're putting the numbers in the head of each person to say the same numbers, they know what each person's thinking, they know what each person's memories are. How could they completely copy the Doctor's memories from fucking birth until now? They would know his last name, they would know about Missy, and then they were like, oh shit, there are 2 Time Lords we got to worry about. Let's bomb that motherfucking ball.
Well, they would know about people. They would know about people from Earth, but they wouldn't know about the Doctor because he's like an anachronism to the Earth. He's not like they wouldn't like the Doctor. The Doctor being self-aware as he was the Doctor. If he was self-aware in this episode of things, then that would mean that he would have to be self-aware of, like, say, his past incarnations. But the aliens wouldn't know what his past incarnations would be. So how would they like put that into his head to where it would seem just smooth and there wouldn't be any sort of weird anachronism?
And how would they know about the whole mystery story unless they have access to his memories? Which, if they have access to his memories, they could freaking go after Missy too.
Guys, there's something else you need to mention. How the
TARDIS did not translate the Pope.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point. Also,
the TARDIS didn't translate the Pope, so that meant that this was fake. Because the TARDIS translates everyone. The Pope doesn't have a magic power to stop the TARDIS. The only thing it never translated was on the impossible planet Satan Pit, where it was trying to translate an ancient language that was older than time, like Satan or whatever the hell it was. But the Pope does not have a power to stop the TARDIS, so it's not the real TARDIS.
That's probably the only good thing I could see, because like they couldn't copy. I mean, I don't understand how they could copy the TARDIS, but then I realized, oh yeah, it didn't translate that, so that's something they didn't know about it. You know, they didn't get an exact copy of the TARDIS.
And they didn't know about the regenerations, that there's this device. There's no device in the TARDIS that's going to look ahead in the future and, oh, let me take energy from my other selves and give me sight. They
Well,
there's no such thing. They don't know that.
How would they know? How would they know how the TARDIS is operated too?
Right, that's the whole point. That's why it's a fantasy aspect. That's why it's a fantasy aspect. There is no device in the TARDIS that skips ahead and takes energy from his future incarnations to give it to himself.
These are questions which I hope you'll answer. There are 2 more episodes with these,
Yes.
the Whovians, so they will need to be explained, and they must be incredibly powerful if they know what the Doctor's up to, and they know nearly everything about him. Obviously not everything, because they don't know the TARDIS can translate.
Yeah, that's also remember they're working for a higher person than themselves.
They're working
The
for
Truth Monks are working for who? The Mondasian Cybermen?
Oh, they're working for John Sims' master?
Yeah, that's what I reckon. That's what I reckon.
Okay.
See, you know what? This also throws out the whole concept of this being Mondas, because you know how we get information about the episodes and the season before the season starts, and they were like, "Oh my God, the Doctor's going to fight. The Clockwork Man might be the Master. Oh my God, there's many Masters. Doctor fights, and we get it all wrong." But this thing is, yes, there was a simulation, but it's not. There's nothing to do with Mondas or Cybermen, we think. So they're not going to repeat that again, unless, of course, the Cybermen are behind the Truth Monks, which I doubt that.
No. The one they
The truth they speak. They open their mouth like the Cybermen, but they don't move their mouth as in when they're talking words. So they're kind of like they could be Cybermen in disguise, kind of thing. If you know what I mean? I don't.
How long has this simulation been running, by the way, too?
Many times. Probably 54 years that he's on Earth.
As far as we've been watching, like it started in pilot.
It started before pilot.
I thought it was.
That's what I assumed it was going to be before they started out the pilot, but it's not. It's actually started once they reached that place.
The moment the Doctor came to Earth, which was in 1963 with the Vault, like that, 50 some odd years, which is basically what, 53, 54 years. Basically, the length of the show is the amount of time that he's been at that university with the Vault, right? So that's when they've been running simulations since the time he landed.
That only makes sense is if at the end when the Doctor, phones Bill, that's another simulation. That will only make sense if that's the case. If that's the real Doctor, which I presume it is, then no, it'll probably be.
Well, no wonder he's going to run into Doctor Number 1 now.
I honestly think it's John Sim behind, the whole monks things, and then it'll probably fail. I think it'll probably fail because the Doctor will beat it. And his backup plan or his, last-ditch plan will be to fuck with the Doctor even more and go, but to screw the Doctor even more, go to the mom.
No, you had it right. They were fucking with him.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a pre-rating. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I'm going to watch it more, but that's what I'm going to give it. It's not a failing grade. I did like it. And I didn't dislike it like Journey to the Center of the Toilet. Because I love the visuals and everything, but the thing that sucks for me is that it's not real. None of it's real. Bill is not real. Nobody has memories of it, and the Doctor only has the last few minutes of what happened in it. So all that was fake, and that's the thing that bothers me, because now when people say, "Oh yeah, remember when the Doctor was with the Pope and all that?" I'm like, no, because it never really happened. It's like, we had an opportunity where we could have seen something cool like that, and we don't have it now. So
by the way, when I was watching this, I was like spoiler free. I got to like the last 6 minutes of this episode, and it's pouring down rain here in the area I live. The fucking signal goes out on my cable, like right when Bill enters the Oval Office talking to the Doctor where he's explaining everything. Fucking power goes on, or signal goes out. I got power, but I'm like, what the fuck? So I wait a couple of minutes, and it pops back on for like 5 seconds. And it's a totally different scene where the Doctor's like talking to like one of the Truth Monks in the Oval Office. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just missed like 2 minutes. What's going on? And then it went out for like the rest of the episode. But it popped on where I got the fucking beginning of class. Like, I want to see that shit.
Right. Yeah, I let you watch a couple minutes on my DVR, but it's like...
Yeah, I had to call him, and I'm like telling Joe, I'm like, fuck, I didn't get to see like the last like 5 minutes of this fucking show. And
so I'm holding the fucking phone. He's watching.
I'm watching the episode from his TV there.
So, again, I did enjoy the episode. I just, you know what? I mean, I know obviously what Moffat watched to get the ideas for it. And you know what? It's funny because I'm not really going to come down hard on him as much as I thought I was going to, because there was a lecture at the Comic-Con today, which is basically affecting my decision. And it basically, the presentation by Ed from Hypnotronic Comics was talking about how people create things based on things that they've seen, and they just gives them inspiration to create something else. Just like George Lucas, he often said that people were shocked that if there was no Star Trek, there'd be no Star Wars, there'd be different things, and everybody bounces off each other. The Borg were created from the Cybermen would come from Iron Man, like different things, and the Borg, they copy each other.
There's a thin line between paying homage and ripping somebody off.
Right. I mean, the thing is that I'm not going to really, I thought about it, and I know, and again, Matrix movies are my favorite movies, just like, they're right up there with everything else, despite some people don't like the other ones. But I know exactly what he took this from. And we know that Moffat lately takes things from other things. But the thing is that if he's going to take it from things, does he translate it well or good enough for it to stand on its own to be something completely different? The one thing that I did like a lot about it is the Missy thing, this whole, Nardole, we were wrong. I mean, Nardole was constructed while River was there. Okay, because River obviously said you need to repair Nardole. So the whole time that he's there with River, he's got to have somebody to talk to rather than his wife 24/7. So it gets boring. So he fixes Nardole. Okay, and then River, before she leaves, who the hell knew that she somehow seen stuff with Extremis and different thing in her journal, and she tells Nardole, boom, this is what's going to happen. You need to protect him. You need to help him out. Even with the Missy thing she's seen. So what's weird, though, is the kind of paradox is that Nardole has her journal, but she has her journal and sent to the library. So if she gave him her journal, then how the hell does she have a journal? But I'm not going to have a headache with that. I'm not going to go crazy about that.
That
But
could be easily solved. That could be easily solved.
Who's creating the echo? Echo.
Is that me?
Yes.
Hello.
Hold on. Echo. Okay, it's you, unfortunately, James.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
God, dude.
What's up, Scott?
Nothing. I need to see the prompt. Otherwise, I've been here earlier.
Oh, Scott's having difficulties too. Yeah, Scott. Oh. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna. We had that speech in Ed had from Hypnotronic Comics. So I'm not gonna get thinking about that speech fresh in my mind. I'm not gonna go after Moffat. I'm not gonna pick at him. I'm not gonna go nasty with him. What?
This could have been an interesting Sylvester McCoy episode because it seemed a little dark, like Curse of Fenric in a way.
I mean, the one thing is, I like the references to Mario and Grand Theft Auto. Nardole was referenced, but whoever was not referencing Grand Theft Auto and Mario and all that stuff, that was pretty, interesting and stuff. But again, even though I liked the episode, of course, there are plot holes in it because the people that created the Doctor's computer-generated animated character has the memories of Missy for him, and it's like if they created him, they would know what he's thinking and what he's doing, and they would be able to defeat him or something, I guess. Unless, of course, it's like they created a video game, but they have no idea what they're thinking, but they're just knowing the numbers. But again, how would they have that knowledge that he's blind? How would they have the knowledge that Missy's in the vault? But then they wouldn't know that. Only the Doctor's simulation would. So there is kind of a lot of holes in the episode. But I'm gonna look past it, and I'm just gonna give it a 7.5.
Well, they didn't know he was a Time Lord. They wouldn't.
Right,
they wouldn't use the Time Lord, but he does. So
but if the challenge is to destroy a Time Lord, or if the thing is to destroy a Time Lord, now you have two. So aren't they concerned? Oh crap! Someone's in the vault.
Well, this seems like a lot of planning too. It's like, hey, let's run this simulation like however many times, and like get the bugs out of it. And I mean, it's like, how come you don't see more aliens doing that if this is like such a good strategy?
Right.
And it seems like they set themselves up for failure because the reason, like if they just would have attacked the Earth, they probably may have won and had better odds. But now that they've involved the Doctor in it and they've gotten so obsessed with like trying to crack him in a way to where like they could fool him and get one over on him, that they're the instruments of their own destruction by doing that.
Now he's beyond pissed. Now he's beyond pissed because supposedly they've been doing this so often. So now when he defeats them, it's going to be bad for them. Out of business where they're never going to appear again.
This reminds me.
At this point, they've got him at his weakness. He's blind, so therefore he's on half power as a doctor. So they can basically win this game if they play it outright.
Well, they think they can win. That's the whole point. But they don't really know what the hell regeneration is. So he could just, it's words. Because obviously there's no magic book in the TARDIS that gives him access to his future selves to make him have sight. That's ridiculous.
Well, the room we see also, before I forget it, I want to mention it. The room that we see that have the I guess you would call it the obelisks that are like projecting the doorway.
Oh yeah,
that's the room. Is it not in the trailer that we see him regenerate, where the two guards are in the background and they show that?
I have to go back and watch again
because
I don't think so.
Well, it's a really lit up white room like that, from what I remember. I mean, it may be something that's lit similarly, but I'm trying to figure out. So the stuff in Oxygen, knock knock, all this kind of shit. I mean, like how much of this shit actually happened?
No, everything happened, but this is just a simulation that they run. In other words, every simulation is different because based on the doctor just being a teacher in school without a companion or whatever. I mean, I'm assuming that he. But that's another thing too. He had guard over her body. Wait. He had guard over.
How do we know, and how does he know what's real and what's not real? Then.
Well, let me just bring out something else.
Yeah.
The doctor gave an oath to watch Missy for 1,000 years.
Yes.
So now, did he say, "Oh well, I'll travel 950 years, so that cuts off the time, have the vault in the TARDIS, and just land on Earth?" And then extend the rest of the time out, or is it an actual 1,000 years?
Well, wait a minute. There's still something that this is another fucking Moffat like vortex of like unexplained bullshit that he writes. How the fuck does the Doctor? He ostensibly knows currently in his mind as the simulation that he's got Missy in the vault, right?
Yeah, he has memories of it.
So how would they fucking know about Missy if they don't know about Missy in the vault?
But that's the whole point. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make any sense.
And he would like know, hey, there's something weird. I mean, that makes no sense at all. And then he emails his simulate emails himself information that he should know that they shouldn't know to program him with. I mean, it's a big clusterfuck.
Well, if they were able to go into his brain, right? And get all his memories, why don't they just blow up his brain? Or blow up the whole human race? I mean, if they have access to all their memories.
Remember when he plugged those things into his head? What if, I'm just saying, what if that was their attempt to try to do so, but...
No, he just did that. That was his device. That was his device. But what I'm saying is, if they were able to scan the whole entire human race's memories and everything, from like a almost.
And they never explain that. They never explain that either.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm just gonna say, just like a barcode, and they scan an item in a supermarket. They used a beam of. I'm just saying, maybe they had a beam across the whole Earth, just to scan, in an instance, everybody's memories and everything, right? If they did that,
then wouldn't they ostensibly be powerful enough to conquer Earth if they had that capability?
Correct. Correct.
It's like, you know, I've got a shotgun to kill a ant, but I want to be sure that this shotgun's going to work against this ant because I want to, you know, conquer their ant colony. I'm not really sure if I got enough firepower to do so. I mean, come on, how stupid are they?
I think it's an alien race that is stupid. That they're smart, but they're stupid. They have the means to destroy, but they're afraid because they know of the Doctor that he's going to put them out of business completely. So they. But that's the thing. If they were able to scan the entire Earth, wouldn't the TARDIS say, hey, someone's scanning the entire Earth, or wouldn't the Doctor know about it?
Well, wouldn't the TARDIS know about it? Because doesn't the TARDIS take the Doctor where he needs to be?
Right, exactly.
I remember in Thin Ice when it detected that alien life form under the Thames.
Yeah.
But yet it couldn't detect
that was
the
a
alien
big
thing.
threat. That was a big threat, right? This big fucking creature under the lake, but I mean, like this massive global fucking alien presence. No, they're not that important. So the TARDIS is like, nah, we're not going to worry about them.
Right. So this alien race is just fucking scanned the whole entire human race, everything on the fucking planet, the whole entire history of the human race. I mean, just somehow, databases, whatever. I guess they don't have time travel or whatever, right? So they just fucking know everything. So if they know everything,
well, what are they gaining? What are they gaining by conquering the Earth? Let's just start there. I mean, what are they getting out of that? Because it seems to be like a lot of planning.
It seems to me like it's a game. They're game players. They're game players.
They're a spearhead. They're a spearhead for something else. That's
you
why
think so?
people. Yeah, they're a spearhead.
You see the Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
No.
No. Did anybody see Guardians of the Galaxy
2? I did.
Okay.
I did.
That race, that rich utopian race was like they turned on the Guardians, right? And they had all these ships going to attack the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was actually an arcade in their planet that they're controlling these real ships, but it's in a video game in their world. So when their ship blows up, they get a little shock, like, oh, but it's like a video game that shakes, right? These people, they're just not golden looking. They're looking like decrepit. But it seems to me that what gives them purpose is a game of conquering worlds.
Well,
so in other words, yeah.
What if when they conquer a world, they sap the life essence of everything? Because if you remember in the Dark Crystal, that's pretty much what was being stolen in that movie. Because we see them all decrepit. Well, what if it's the life essence that they're trying to steal? So by sliding in there, making like, oh, this is all fun and jolly, and you have to give up something.
Yep.
In truth, you're giving up the life essence, so they can
plot with that
human-esque or whatever their race looks like.
The only plot and problem with that is if they're trying to become young and they have the technology to scan the entire fucking human race and memory, then why don't they do the technology to make themselves young?
It's not that they're trying to become young. It's just that they're trying to maintain whatever form they had initially.
Remember,
by draining the life force, it allows them to do so.
Yeah, we've only got one part of the story as a whole, so this is just setting up for what we're going to.
But we really don't have an episode. So the whole thing, to my perspective, is the episode is not like you could go back and say, oh, you could just watch snippets from the episode because the episode never happened, with the exception of a video game character. The doctor sent the doctor a real message. And the memories of Missy.
So what's the lie of the land then? If they've already cracked the fact that they're living under a delusion that this is reality when it's a simulation.
This is a lead-up story, and I've never been that fond of lead-up stories anyway. This is pretty much like we walk from point A to point B, and you could have missed this episode and still watch the entire show.
They should have integrated this into the pilot. And made it, like you were saying, Mike D, it should have been the start of the season.
They should have started it with this, yeah. Because, that could have been, if they would have started this, it could have been like they introduced, and I know Mel's not a great companion. But I mean, they introduce Mel, and it's like she's the doctor's companion. Right from the get-go with that episode, and you're like,
perfect arc.
Like, we have to get to know who she is, which is cool.
Right. You didn't even meet her. It was just like, oh, okay.
They could have done that with Bill. They could have skipped over this shit that we've seen before and just started it where the doctor's working with this companion whom we've never met. And you're like, wow, because that wouldn't give it more resonance, where he could have just called Bill like he did at the end of the episode. And it's like, hey, you're Dave Pearl, call her tonight, all that kind of stuff. And they could have, like, introduced her that way, because you're like, wow, who's Bill? And, like, why... if they would have done it this way, by the way, they could have introduced Bill that way, like in an episode like this, and you're getting to know Bill based on the fact, well, the doctor, we know the doctor, we trust the doctor obviously has an affinity for Bill at this point, and then we get to know her retroactively, which would have been cool.
Right. Yeah, this would have been a great arcing storyline if they had done it that way. They start off here, and then pilot could have been either the second or third episode, and it's, and then finally you have have the Lie of the Land or Pyramid as your
Pyramid of Mars.
All the way down.
I don't want people thinking that. Here's the thing. I'm not out to like destroy the show. I'm not out to say like bash it. Obviously, it's the Matrix, Matrix Revolutions, Matrix Reloaded.
Yes.
I'm not mad about it. That's the whole point.
And Android Invasion.
I'm
It also
I'm
had
not-
Android Invasion in it.
Am I still echoing? Sorry about this.
Yeah, get James. You can talk.
Yeah, am I still echoing? Can someone just test?
No, you're going to talk because we didn't get your opinion, and we're just not going to say anything. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know why I'm echoing. Okay. I thought it was good, and also it's really hard to judge these misconceptions we're given about the episode or criticisms. We should keep them for a little while because it is a three-parter. We don't know the whole story yet.
Yeah, like Phillip said, it's a spearhead.
Yeah.
If you will, from space.
Yeah.
I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10, but if it's resolved in a poor way, I'll revise it down.
8 out of 10. God
Yeah,
damn.
but like if I'm going to be optimistic. So if it's resolved in a good way, I'll up it to 9. If it's resolved in
I
a
give
poor way,
it a
I'll
7
go
and a
to
half.
6.
I mean, that's not bad.
Because the whole Pope and
What did you give it, Scott?
was the redeeming quality.
Scott, what did you give it?
I give it a 7
Okay.
because even though I felt this was a like I said, a lead-in story, and I hate lead-in stories.
Okay.
Episode have as pretty much as best you can, but I will say the whole integrating the Vatican and everything was a good touch. It was great. I would love to have seen them do this more in past episodes, whether it was the original or current.
I thought we were going to actually see the Doctor go off on an adventure to, like, you know, rescue children from pedophile priests or something.
Oh my God! What the hell?
You know,
Apologize for our subscribers and viewers, please.
I got to run on my end. Can we do pick up a second part of this cast like in about an hour, Joe?
That would be the 1000th episode. Yes.
Yeah, well, let's do that. And Chris
All
just joined. I'm leaving. Chris is here, so we're having
right.
a change here.
Very good.
Are we
Good,
doing
Mike.
1,000 tonight?
Might be, probably, yeah.
Well, yeah. I will talk to you after SNL, and we can.
All right, I'll talk to you before I start it. Okay.
All right.
Be good,
I'll
bro.
talk to you later, guys. Welcome,
Is it-
Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up?
Was mine echoing there just to test?
Didn't
Let me
see
see.
that.
Echo. No, you're
Echo.
echoing now.
Yeah. Okay, fixed it. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Real quickly before we go to Chris, I will say I knew it was fake anyway, like it was all a simulation, because we all know Missy's not in the vault. We know it's the Candyman. Come on, guys. Candyman is in the vault.
Oh, no, not a Candyman.
The only two people on this planet who want the Candyman is me and Fezman. That's it.
What do you mean you're the only two people? Wait. Stop.
Okay.
I always want the Candyman to come back. What are you talking about? Always. I'm the one that brought up the whole thing about the Candyman a million friggin' times over.
I'm like the original Rebel. On the very first podcast I ever went on, I said, I want the Candyman to return. I wasn't invited to a podcast for
And this hair is not a simulation. This hair is real. Look. Real. Look.
Wait, so
It's real.
So wait, you mentioned before, because I was muted, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is out?
Yeah, it's been out for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
good.
I need to go watch that. Right, thank you.
All right. Chris, how are you?
I'm good. How's everybody?
All right. Did you see the episode?
I did.
Okay. You didn't know what any of us said, so what did you think?
I liked it.
Okay.
I thought it was probably one of the best ones of the season, if not the best one so far.
Okay.
I liked the twist. I don't know if are we going into spoilers in here or?
Yeah.
Just tuck it out.
Okay.
Spoiled the shit out of it already.
I liked the the whole simulation thing. I got a little worried there at first because I thought they were implying that there was only the simulation and there wasn't anything else, like the simulation was reality. And I was like, I don't think so. But then at the end, when it was really just it was the real doctor seeing, the stuff from the simulated doctor. Then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Right.
And the whole thing with Missy, I thought was really interesting. And I don't know where they filmed that, but that place was beautiful. I don't know if that was.
That probably was in Spain also.
That was really a great place to film.
Was that Phillip or James?
I think it might have been someone's. Because you only get legs like that in Scotland.
That was definitely in Spain. That scene.
Okay.
I remember when they were filming it.
Filmed that in Spain, but they used it later on. Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Utterly beautiful.
Yeah. And we got to see how Nardole got involved in all of this, which was interesting, but I'm still not a fan of his character.
Right.
I thought Bill was really good in the episode. I mean, even though this was like simulation Bill, I thought she was really good. The whole aesthetic of the episode with them being in the Vatican and going downstairs and seeing the secret vault where all the stuff, the secret stuff is where the Veritas was held and whatnot. I thought that was all really great. I thought this was a really good episode. I didn't have any issues with it really. Just maybe the ending was a little fast, but that's just a nitpick. Other than that, I thought this was a great episode, and I'm definitely looking forward to next week. The one thing that's keeping me from getting too excited about this is if the next episode or the next two episodes aren't as good or they ruin something, then this one's, we're going to look back at this one and be like, yeah, it was a great start, but it didn't finish well.
Right. James said his rating will go down, right?
Yeah.
If what would ruin it for me is, he wrong and everything, but we have no idea if that information was travelled to another simulation that he could literally, in the next episode, make it another simulation. That would annoy me.
That's true.
Oh, I would.
I don't think they will, but they still have. It's just annoying. You've used that card now in your writing, the reset button card, because Nardole and Bill died. Technically, in the simulation, you've used that card. Don't use it again. If you use it again, the rating will go down. Right. It's just cheap writing.
But like I said earlier, the biggest hint that the episode wasn't real was that the TARDIS didn't translate the Pope.
Yeah. I was thinking at the time. I was thinking, why did it not do that? And I thought it was because the Doctor was blind.
That's what. Yeah, that's a good point. I thought that as well at some point.
Weirded out by it.
But again, like I said, I'm not coming hard down the episode because, again, I enjoyed it up until the twist. But then when we were talking about it, I was getting mad. I'm like, oh, this is the Matrix Reloaded, Matrix, like the architect talking to Neo. But then, like I said, after Comic-Con with that speech, how people take what they like and they make their own thing, that happens all the time. So I'm not going to rip Moffat apart. I give it a 7.5. But my rating will change, like James, if it turns out to fall apart with the next two episodes. So.
Yeah, I mean, the John Sim theory is my only theory because the only way these monks, or whatever they are, you want to call them, will know about the Doctor and the TARDIS is a Time Lord tells them or somebody knows the Doctor. That's the only way they could have simulated the TARDIS.
Yeah, and the Doctor himself, for that matter.
Yeah, it's the only way, and the only person who knows that much is the Master.
Yeah.
Right.
So if they don't explain that, my rating will go down again.
That will also think, why did he fiddle with the execution thing, but to save Missy then? Because that must mean he must know that she's integral to the whole story.
He interfered with that because one, I guess, was before Nardole arrived, and two was because she's his friend. So he can't pull the trigger.
What if? Okay. What if it's not that they were including those memories into the so-called simulation, but that was just the Doctor himself recalling that as.
No, but that's real. That whole Missy thing was real.
Yeah,
that really happened.
That's outside the simulation, that is.
That's outside the simulation.
Missy,
I'm just going on the assumption that he was just simply recalling. Those just happened to be things that he happened to be recalling, and they were just showing, okay, this is what the Doctor's recalling.
No, that was the real memories from the real Doctor, back and forth. But the thing is,
almost like a rivalry, with the Master and the Doctor. But I always thought, back in the day, Tom Baker would have probably killed the Master given the chance. But now I think the Doctor feels a little bit guilty because he knows that the Master is only the way he is because of the drums the Time Lords made him that way. It's not really his fault. It is his fault now, but I think he has a bit of guilt towards him, her, it. What do you want? I'm still saying him. I'm not saying her. It's weird.
But I think the interesting twist of Nardole is that he was around when River was there, and she gave him instructions about different things, and she gave him permission to kick the doctor's ass.
Yep.
So
That's what I love about
mean,
the episode.
Now again, I'm kind of
kick Bill's ass if need be too.
Well, that's a simulation with Bill's ass thing, but I'm kind of upset because in a way I'm like thinking to myself, I'm not really going to try to go crazy about it, but her actual diary she has, unless that's his diary or whatever. So Nardole shouldn't have, unless Nardole has a copy of her diary.
Unless however Nardole travelled to catch up with the doctor, he had some sort of proto time machine, and went and got the
library. Maybe they just took it from the library because they didn't want nobody to read about it.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't leave it there for a villain to pick up, because they'll go to the library to look up how, like they got a computer on Google, how do you defeat the doctor? Well, they'll go to the library to find a book about it. So, yeah, I mean, that could be it. Yeah.
Well, the library would be the best safe to put it. Because
a villain could go to the library to read it. Oh, and they'll go back in time if they have time travel capabilities to change everything on the doctor's timeline.
Yeah.
I am sick of seeing that book, though. It's been around for 9 years now. Come on, stop bringing it up. That bloody book. Can I not just read it?
I gotta say, I'm very happy that I got these. The only thing I'm unhappy with is when they shipped it like crap, and the case is cracked on my David Tennant order.
Where did you ship it from?
Amazon did this.
Refund.
And they're all cracked. Like
all of them.
Refund.
I don't know. The thing I'm worried about, I know. The thing I'm worried about is that you see the line across. I'm worried about if I open it and the CD is cracked, because it looks like this thing was crushed. But this one is fine, you know.
Now you see, Amazon hires really cheap workers, and a lot of people who independently work for Amazon. So a lot of people just don't know how to transport goods. It would just be some young idiot.
If I hated Doctor Who,
into the van, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't be buying Doctor Who every week stuff. I actually bought stuff at Comic-Con today for Doctor Who stuff. Let me just get it, and I'll let Chris talk for a little bit if you want to talk more about what you liked about the episode. Just give me a second. And
no, I mean, you know, like I said before, I thought this was probably the best of the season. I'm just, you know, like we said before, I'm trying not to get too excited about this one, because let's say the next one screws something up, or the one after that screws something up, it's going to be like, oh, well, that's great, you know?
Yeah, the next one doesn't, to be honest, the trailer was like, eh. You know, I didn't get much feeling from it. Looks like it's all going to be
interesting.
It's all going to be about the third episode.
Yeah, that one sounds like the probably the more interesting of the three.
Did we have any rumors about Johnson, or is it only the finale? I thought somebody said he may appear in another, and if it is another, it will be the third part on this.
Would it be the Lion of Land that he appears in?
I think so. I think it's that one he'll pop out.
Yeah, he's got to be behind it. And
Yeah,
are you thinking they'll reveal that Missy is before Johnson, Phillip?
No way.
No, I think she's after. I think she's definitely after him. She can't be before. She can't be before.
Yeah. All right. So this is. I got the Christmas ornament at K9. If you can see that. So yes, yeah. I was spending some money on Doctor Who. I also got the TARDIS Christmas ornament for when we use it. Very nice. And was that a Doctor Who? I think.
And the marker.
That's it. That's it of Doctor Who. I have other stuff that I'll show for the everything stuff. So this whole bag of stuff that I bought today. But anyway, yes. We'll find out what the next episode is going to be. Hopefully, what'd you rate it, Phillip? Again.
Say it again.
You rated the episode what, an 8?
A 10, actually.
You rated a 10 out of 10?
I couldn't give it that. I can never give even if it's like a perfect, first part of, even if like I'm just trying to think of a 2-part I really liked. Do you know the first two in series 9 with Davros, Magician's Apprentice, and
which is
they were brilliant. but I remember rating the first part a 9 because you cannot, and then I revised to 10. I'll never rate a 10 until I see the second part, you know?
Right. So you give it a 10 out of 10, Phillip?
I gave it a 10 because I like how it played out and how it surprised me because of the way, because what we thought was what we were seeing, it switched itself.
That's cool.
So,
I like that.
So, Phillip, if it turns out it's the Candyman behind it, are you going to revise your rating down?
You know what, James?
If it is the Candyman behind everything, are you going to revise the rating down?
I'll revise it and come around your house and strangle you as well.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with if everybody loves it as a perfect 10 or a 9 or whatever. I mean, I saw a lot of good things in this episode, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
The blind scene was excellent.
Yeah.
With the monks.
It was just nice and fresh and very. It was unlike Doctor Who that we normally used to.
Yeah,
and I didn't know they were going to be that creepy.
I
mean, we saw a lot of them, you know, in the trailers and promo pics. I always thought, oh, maybe they're just like a side character. They won't be that important. But no, they actually are really creepy.
Yeah. You know, at first, me and Mikey were talking, and I saw that doorway appear, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the Time Lord. Something's going on.
That's what I thought, too. I thought that was John Sim leaving the room, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I thought that they were going to pluck him out or something, but then it turned out to be, no, it wasn't that. It was just whatever. So.
Well, I find it interesting, too, that, like, this, I have a feeling that this episode has ties to, because the basic part of this episode, you know, with the simulation, that is actually a conspiracy theory that is very popular.
Yes,
in the world today.
Like I was saying, yeah, he probably got it from Matrix movies as well as the Mandela effect, or as well as CERN we were talking about. And yes, that theory about us being in a simulation.
Yeah,
that's, you know. But again, it is the Matrix movies when the architect's talking to Neo. And he said,
well, it is a bit different than that in a way. It's not necessarily the same thing.
Right, it's a simulation instead of actual whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody else wants to come in. So I'm going to do that.
After this 3-parter, we've got, is it 1 or 2 episodes by themselves and then back to the finale, or just 1 episode by itself?
There's no. There's the Ice Warrior thing after this.
Yeah.
There's 2 episodes. There's the episode 9 is the Ice Warriors, and episode 10, whatever that's about, and then it's 11 and 12.
Isn't 10 the Eaters of Light or
serious,
something?
Yes, the 10 is the Eaters of Light, but that's not part of the finale. I don't think. Yeah, pretty sure it's not part of the finale. But Daniel wants to come in, so we're going to invite him if Schmoogle doesn't act up.
What his webcam angle is.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Close your windows. On photon torpedoes.
Make sure he's got no pop-ups.
Bless you.
Oh, you've changed the camera angle slightly, Daniel. You're more to the left.
Oh, yeah. Centerize yourself, man.
Yes. All right, Daniel. So what'd you think, man?
I loved it.
Tell us.
The whole simulation thing was kind of interesting. And I loved how the Dr. X contacted the doctor and, you know, gave him the message. And the whole thing was just really, really good. It's just really surprising.
What'd you rate it?
I give it, as usual, I think a 10 out of 10.
Cool.
Wow. Good.
This season is just really, really good. I can't say anything else. It's really good.
That's cool. Nobody's looking to change it. So.
Although I do wonder what happened. What?
No. What did you do? You wondered what?
Whatever happened to that guy in the red suit? You know.
What guy in the red suit?
You know, the guy in the red suit. You know, he was like.
He shot himself, right?
Yeah. No, the other guy that was like inspecting the wall, and then that hand popped out.
Oh, they ate him or something, or they did. He was fake anyway, but they, you know, they did what they did to Bill. They turned her into goo or whatever the heck. That digitized. They ended her programming, just like the guy, the priest or whatever.
The whole episode was a simulation.
No, I mean the Missy thing was Really?
Yeah, that was a flashback. That was a flashback.
Right, that was.
On the point that the Doctor puts on the glasses at the beginning of the episode, that's where the simulation begins. And then when he takes them off at the end, that's where it ends. Then we're moving on to episode. So the majority of it was the simulation, apart from the Missy segments.
So, all right. I'm just trying to see if anybody else wants to pop in here and give their opinion. Otherwise,
You're live, right?
yes.
Oh, so you're live streaming to YouTube.
Yes.
Well, you might have questions. Is anyone in the...
You know what? That's a good idea. I didn't even check the. You know what? I'm a novelist when it comes to this. You know.
I have a question.
Yes.
Go on.
Where's the hair gel?
There is. Yeah, I learned my lesson with the hair gel. So.
Wait, what? What's that from?
What's that all about?
Okay, so we got Elijah saying shit. We got Connor saying shit. We have Minnesota Gallifreyan, which is Elijah saying it's called Deadly Assassin. Connor Farley says a fabrication about Joe hates DoctorWho.com, but yet Joe spends thousands of dollars on Doctor Who. That's paradox. Elijah says obviously he didn't understand it. Connor Farley decided to give my last name. But did Joseph J. Capriccioso author? The Veritas is the question. Elijah says Mon-Asian Cybermen, and Elijah says once his glasses are put on, you idiot. Wow, that's professional. Elijah. No, and Connor. The show was all a lie. No, we're talking about the episode was a simulation with the exception of the Missy thing. I guess they didn't watch the Matrix movies. Okay, Elijah says lol. Then we have Trolling Matrix Lord 212. Basically says, wow, so many losers look at this. And then it says,
I'm not a loser.
Well, you could tell that Trolling Matrix Lord 212. Mike D looks so handsome in that photo. What the hell? They trolls. And then
Mike D's not even in here. What? He's already
Texas Tim, which I don't think this is. I think this is the troll Texas Tim account. Says that's just your opinion, guys, or maybe it's the real Texas Tim. I don't know. Jesus.
Something he'd actually say.
Oh, he did say that? Okay.
No, I mean that's something Texas Tim would say.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ! Wow, this loser still live streams. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say the name of this troll. Who is the mysterious person in Star Trek Dan's bed? What?
Oh my God!
Oh, wow! Trolls are coming out. Okay. The only thing I have to say is that, and it's going to be very serious now for a second, okay? You really have to respect other people's opinions in the Whovian community, okay? If they don't like an episode, it's okay. If they love an episode, it's okay. If their opinion doesn't agree with you, it's okay. Because this isn't a Whovian community of dictatorship, okay? There's no dictator running the Whovian community. So if I don't like the episode and you're mad about it, well, who gives a shit, okay, basically. If I love the episode and you hate it, well, who gives a shit? Because I'm going to give my opinion. And just like 1 + 1 is 2, when you make a stupid comment about me hating Doctor Who, and then I go and I buy stuff every week, I challenge you to add up how much money I spend on Doctor Who, and then let's see how much money you spend on Doctor Who, and then if it was a spending contest, then obviously I beat you. So the thing is that I love Doctor Who. I love spending my money on Doctor Who. And if I don't like an episode, that doesn't mean crap. And in this case, I did like the episode, and I gave it a 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5 is like above good.
So if you're mad that I didn't give it your rating of 10 out of 10 or 9, shame on you. And I think that's a problem in the Whovian community. I think that this is why we have problems, because people want you to have the same opinion. When I liked Oxygen, I observed that people didn't like Oxygen, and they were mad that I liked Oxygen. You want me to love the episode, and then when I actually love the episode, you're losing it because you can't stand it that I like an episode. So you know what that tells me? That tells me there's a lot of trolling going on. There's a lot of nonsense going on, and there's a lot of people that are trying to rise to whatever top they think, that nobody's on podiums, but obviously they think it is. So the only thing I could suggest to you that if it is a thing that you want to rise on the podium, well, first you have to have more than 6 views, and you have to have more than 1 subscriber, okay? So when you can get to what I'm at, then you can have something to say about me being a loser. But when you have 20 subscribers and you're criticizing me, it goes one ear and out the other. Now, I have other people that have way more subscribers than me. This isn't a pissing contest, and this isn't a thing about who's the greatest in the Whovian community. Okay, it isn't even a greatest thing about who spends what in the Whovian community, or who's the most cast, even though I did like almost 5,000 casts. No, it's about me having enjoyment, talking about Doctor Who. Okay, so if you want to fill off the chat, and you want to show your immaturity, and you want to curse, and you want to do that, but then you expect to be left alone with your channel, where you don't expect me to come on your channel and commenting about you. See, I'm above all that. So I'm not going to go to Minnesota's channel and saying, you're an idiot. So that's it. You can have your opinions. You want to troll the shit out of me? Good. The only thing I just hope that you don't do is you don't have a shrine in your house of me with pictures everywhere, because that's a little bit of an obsession. That's like a Hannibal Lecter weird type of serial killer thing, and I get freaked out.
And a sock.
So, there you go. So you want to have pictures of Matrix Lord, you want to put like Matrix Lord on your pen, that's great. You want to put Matrix Lord on your calendar, that's great. It's fun, okay? But the trolling is not getting you anywhere. And again, you know what? You know what, Elijah? You know what, Connor? I respect your opinion. Where's your cast so we can hear your opinion? I would love to see you do casts on it.
Okay, if
So
you're
I
going
say
to
you should do that.
for your opinion, it has to be an honest opinion, and not that you want to be
Right. I mean, again, too, you're not going to come on shows and give fake reviews, because who the hell does that? Well, you do. But the thing is, that's what I'm saying. Ha ha! Because I've never done it. So now anytime somebody talks to you, it's fake because we don't know if it's real or not. Okay? My thing is this. Let's just respect each other. You're mad at me that I gave it a 7.5? I have no idea why. So you're coming and trolling and attacking or doing things because you're mad that I didn't like it as much as you. Wow, that makes no sense. I gave it a 7.5. What's passing? 6. So, and even though I had problems with it, I just said my opinion of it. It's the Matrix movie. It's the Matrix Revolution. This is Matrix Revolution. It's the Mandela Effect. It's us talking about CERN. And it's also the hot story on the internet about simulated world, like they did books on the Matrix movies. If we lived in a simulation and a fake thing. So now we know what Moffat does. But you know what? At the end of the day, everybody gets their ideas from somewhere. Okay?
I guess,
George Lucas got Darth Vader from, I guess, samurais and different things. You know what? It's an honor, I guess, to the Matrix movies. It's an honor.
I guess my idea to ask questions, get you to read the comments about it.
I guess so. And you know what? I'm not hating on anybody. They're hating on me, and that's fine because it gives them something to do with their day. So I'm just going to say that this is why I guess I don't read these things, because some of it's nonsense. Now, I did give Connor the option to come in. Obviously, he chose not to, but he just wants to troll in the comment section. That's fine. Other than that, Albert, you could come in too, bro, because I gave you the link.
Albert's in the chat.
Albert wanted to come in, and I sent the link on Google+, so there he comes in. And again, you know what? You come in here, you talk about Doctor Who. This isn't going after the host, okay? Because when you go after the host, that's not a good idea. I don't see that happening on Freedom's thing. I don't see it happen on Geek's thing. So, if you're on their shows and then you come on this show, it's not an attempt to go after the host. Everybody respects the rules of the podcast. So give us your opinion about Doctor Who, and we can have a fun thing. I mean, it is the 999th episode, and we're going to 1,000 episode. And as I said before, people are welcome. Now, if you want to tell me to go F myself because I welcomed you to this big event where we're going to the 999th and the 1,000th, well, you know what? God bless you. So that is the thing. Oh, he didn't even get to see it yet. Right? No. Who's this? I don't know who this is. Stop contacting me then. Let me see. We're going to keep it open for a little while, so if anybody wants to come in and...
You read the positive. Someone said that's just your opinion, so, you know, that's not that bad of a comment, but the other ones sound kind of trolly.
Look, you know what?
That just means you won't read the live chat anymore if that's what they want you to do.
Listen, the thing is this. You know, I did what you said to do, James. I read it, and this is what happens. Hey, we're all, I guess, more mature than what's said on there. And you know what? You want to be a bunch of little kids, and you want to write, that's fine. I mean, look, I hope you do podcasts and you can grow to have a channel that's successful. But if you don't criticize me, because you really don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so yes, the next episode looks interesting. What do you think about it, Phillip?
Well, it's more. It's going to be more in the, because now we've got the pyramid, which comes out of nowhere, isn't it? And there's a small trailer which shows a beam of light coming out the top of the pyramid, reaching up into the sky. So I presume that's some sort of effect that Will Wise, unless it's part of the simulation where it's.
Don't say this is another simulation episode. You really think so?
I don't know, but whatever that beam of light is, it's obviously encompassing the entire world, and that's going to make even more of a problem for the Doctor.
I mean, if they were able to create a simulation, then they're able to cloak themselves. So if they're cloaking the pyramid, they're uncloaked it. Now people are like, what the hell is this pyramid?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And let's remember, they can obviously pass through matter as well. But you saw that hang out the wall, unless that's just a portal entrance.
So now this is the UN, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because the first part of the trailer, you see one of those little SUVs or Hummers with the UN across the.
Yeah.
So, again, as long as this is not a simulation, I'm okay with it. You know.
I'm just hoping that the second half isn't like they set up the Zygon episode, where the first one was like, and then the big monumental speech they say for the second one. That's all I'm hoping for. But
and obviously he's going to regenerate.
Looks interesting, and the more I'm thinking about it, I am wondering if it's more of like a Dark Crystal-esque type setup, to where they need to drain the essence of people in order to regain their appearance.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's the thing. I mean, they look so far gone that they shouldn't even be alive, so maybe that's their natural form. You know? But, you know, I don't think it's a situation where, like, the Master was decrepit and it's a new body at last. I don't think it's like that, because the whole entire race looks like that. So it's like, you know.
Maybe something they did cause them to do that, and they're doing simulations to see if some way, shape, and form that these things is what brought it about. Because it's been so long, they've forgotten.
If they made the Truth Monks the actual Mondasians, and they actually become Cybermen because they look so hideous and they're breaking down, so the only way to survive is to become the Cybermen. And this is them before they become the Cybermen, and they become the Cybermen because of the Doctor, that he's actually the reason, just like Moffat did the reason that, oh, maybe he became Davros because of the Doctor, but it wasn't really. So if Moffat copies himself and says that, you know, what?
It's an established fact that the Cybermen become and the Mondasians become Cybermen because of what happened to Mondas, because it was drifted out.
Right, but if they're going to say that that's their whole planet, and it's like he makes it that way.
Listen to Spare Parts, which is, by the way, it's canon now. The Doctor actually has influence in keeping the Cybermen going.
Right.
Without him, Mondas would never have got where it was.
What's up, Mike D? I know his time is short because he's watching SNL. What's up, Mike D?
Are you doing the same fucking cast?
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, we had your buddy Connor giving us, you know, some 2-year-old comments on there. It was pretty interesting.
What did Connor say? He's a hater, I know. So
hater. And you got Elijah too, hiding behind Minnesota Gallifreyan, whatever. That's
Well, what did Connor say?
Do we really want to rehash it? You want to rehash it, James? I'm not really.
Well, I mean, you brought it up, motherfucker.
Oh, all right. So he's like, let's see. Let me see. Shit. And then he says, Joe hates DrWho.com. And then he goes, but did Joseph J. Capriccioso author the Veritas is the question. And this is like a comedy thing. And then he goes, lol, laugh out loud, whatever. Then he goes, the show was all a lie. Ha ha ha, whatever. Nice laugh. So even the troll, then the trolling Matrix Lord had some lovely things. So the Romperoon live chat is up. There we go.
Romperoon?
Yeah, children commenting in there like stupidity. Anyway.
Yeah.
Only thing I could say is, you know what, to each their own.
Well, I mean, are people not happy because
I guess they're not happy that I gave it a 7.
Hold on a minute. Let me finish what I'm saying.
I guess they're not happy I gave it a 7.5.
Yeah. You didn't give it a 10 out of 10.
I guess not.
Yeah.
So, who freakity who?
Why are people such little baby bitches about things, you know?
I don't know. I would say that they need to get a girlfriend, but in some cases, somebody already has one. So, but anyway.
God damn. Are you going to shove that up your ass, that canine?
This is cool, right?
Didn't one of the troll comments give Mike D a compliment?
Yes. Didn't they say he looked like handsome or something? I don't know. Something.
Well, yeah, that's my boyfriend. My secret boyfriend.
Probably. Right.
He's the guy that did some whippets and met me out behind the gay club at the dumpster.
Terrible. No, I got this because this was at the Comic-Con, so I wanted K9.
I've got a K9 dildo, actually. It's awesome.
Artists, and again, I'm upset about. I'm wondering if I should even open these because the things are cracked. The audios are cracked. I mean, the case is cracked, but
you can replace the case, right?
I know. I got plenty of. Yeah, I guess.
Don't be like OCD. I mean, come on.
No. I mean, I'm gonna open them and I'm gonna see if the CD's cracked. If the CD's cracked, then you know.
Yeah, most of the time, what they're doing is they're shoving the actual disc into like a CD package that's cracked, but the CD isn't damaged at all, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Right. So yeah, I spent more money on Doctor Who. So much for me hating the show. But anyway.
We know that's just denial.
People still think you hate the show.
Oh yeah.
You're just denying your.
They think I purely hate.
You all know you're just doing that to just cover up and make it appear as though you had a liking for Doctor Who.
Right, I like sitting here.
Guinness Book of World Records.
All right, I like sitting here for 999 podcasts hating on Doctor Who. Right. Oh, I think somebody made some comments, right? Yeah. Let's see. Minnesota. Okay, wait. Let's see. Connor Farley's like, wow. And then Connor's like, great reading. Minnesota Gallifreyan.
Actually, this is good.
Minnesota Gallifreyan building a bookshelf for my copy of the Veritas. Well, you do that. Already have that. And then Connor's like, I have a girl.
Well, you know, I think Moffat. I actually like something I didn't point out earlier was I think that Moffat. One of the things he stole from watching the cast is much like your book series, people kill themselves after reading it. Like the
that does not happen. Unlike some fake reviews out there. But you know what?
Yeah,
if Moffat stole that idea, then that would be pretty funny. Connor's like, I have a girlfriend, you fool. And yes, Connor, I know. That's why I gave the joke. Unlike some people.
I'm sorry, Connor, but painting a picture on your left and right hand does not count as having a gift.
Oh no! You still hate Doctor Who. Okay, Connor. I'm gonna spend tons of money because I hate Doctor Who.
Well, Connor, by the way, so you know, my friend Connor's getting some pussy tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gave the joke about a person that's has a girlfriend. But anyway, Elijah's like, oh, get wrecked. No, I don't think really alcohol is gonna. I don't feel like doing that. And then Connor's like, exactly, Michael. Connor's like, mass suicide after the books are read. Yeah, and then the emojis. Okay, we're done with the kindergarten level intelligence. Enough of that. That's not what this is about.
Leave the show?
What's that?
Does that mean I need to leave the show? Because I'm
talking about I'm reading kindergarten comments. You're not a comment. You're a person speaking in the cast.
Yeah, but see, I'm too stupid to realize what you're talking about. So obviously,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So what have you guys been talking? Well, I'll go back and watch the cast later. But I mean, what's kind of before
we're trying to talk about the next episode, and I think Phillip hopefully it's not a simulation. We'll see.
What exactly is the pyramid at the end of the world? Is that going to be like some other destination based on the
unless it's their form of spaceship?
Maybe that's their power source.
That's what I was trying to think. And that beam is sort of is the power either going down from a ship or a teleportation device.
Well, what if that beam that comes out of the pyramid? Because we know the one after that is the lie of the land, right? What if that beam is what's causing the delusion? You know, maybe that's something at the end where it shoots out of the pyramid, it goes all over the world, it causes the delusion that we're hearing about in the next episode with the Doctor even being affected, but Bill for some reason is the only one that's not being affected. That's immediately that's what I thought of when I saw it. I immediately was like, oh, maybe that's blanketing the Earth in some sort of energy field or something that's allowing them to screw with people's minds. But for some reason, maybe Bill is like outside of it, or maybe she's in the TARDIS or something. And
I don't still understand, like, if these people are so technologically progressed to where they can like invade the Earth, why are they fucking like running all these simulations and, you know, going through all these like jumping through hoops and shit? Like, just invade the goddamn Earth already, you know? I mean, like, what's their purpose? Why do you want to invade the Earth?
Yeah, Connor, what's their purpose? Answer us that question.
Well, no, I'm being serious. I mean,
like, I know. I want to ask the panel out there that's posting comments.
I mean, do we got pussy here that they want or something? I mean, what are they wanting here?
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. If they have that much power, why don't they use it? That's true. I mean, they're doing all this weird shit, getting memories from everybody in the human race.
But Joe, what are they doing here? Like, why? Why do they give a shit about the Earth? Why are they investing so much time in being here? What is it that they want on Earth?
I think
do they want logs? Are they wanting to collect logs? What is it?
I mean, isn't it like I said? It's like a game to them, like conquering different worlds, and now they got to conquer a Time Lord.
Isn't it obvious they're looking for moisturizer? Look at these guys. I mean,
moisturize me. Moisturize me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They heard that and they were like, "Oh shit, boys, we got to go there."
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but I again.
They heard Clinique had a great product, so they decided to come to Earth. The problem when they arrived, their credit was no good.
I think they wanted to confiscate every copy of Stereo Separation, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a sad one.
They were coming. They were coming to get the missing episodes of Doctor Who from Sammy.
Listen, I hope I can acquire some missing episodes of Doctor Who. That'd be nice.
Maybe
I'll let some people watch it.
They wanted to go on Fucktards Cast, is what they're doing.
Oh, stop. This is not going to turn into. Listen, I don't want to turn this into attacking people. So
no one's attacking anyone.
Right. Except for the people commenting. But that's fine.
Well, people still commenting? I thought they stopped.
Yeah, it's continuing.
Well, read the comment. Read the comment. I'll address it. Read the comment. Let's hear these pussy downs.
You know what it is? I'll read it, but it's getting to be really repetitive with certain things. I guess Connor's saying Michael talking about pussy as if these people have ever seen that before in their lives. So I guess they're putting down everybody in the cast. You know what?
I had a house. Does that count?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna read Barry Allen either. Whatever they're posting, it's just bullshit. So again, I'm not gonna do this going forward. Reading the comments, we tried it, it failed. For the Real Whovians Cast 1000, we're gonna have a nice cast probably tomorrow.
Yeah, because we want to get like old faces in, right?
No, it's just a thing that it's 12:10 at night, and some people went to bed, and some people are gonna watch it tomorrow, and you know.
So we can bet there are going to be some autistic motherfuckers on episode 1000, right?
There's nothing wrong with
in the past
anybody that has any type of thing. Everybody is different, and that's fine.
Yeah,
so we don't discriminate against anybody.
I'll speak for myself. I mean, obviously, I'm a fucking lewd motherfucker, so.
Right. All right. Well, anyway, again, I'm glad a lot of people, everybody here, liked the episode. That's a good thing. We didn't
good.
negative things. That's good.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, 7.5 out of 10, which you gave it, is like 7's good, 8's great. So you're like
in between.
Good and great.
Yeah,
that means
you never asked me. You never asked me my rating.
What's your rating?
6.
Oh well, I guess then. Wow. So wait a minute. Is this a challenge now? Because if you gave it a 6 and they're bad mouthing me at a 7.5, do they have the balls to bad mouth you? Like Connor and Elijah. I doubt that very much. But anyway,
yeah.
not starting to stir shit.
Well, they're not.
Wouldn't make any sense.
They're not real Who fans, especially Elijah. He's not
right.
the Who fan at all. He's a fake Who fan.
Right. Okay. And Connor, is he a real Who fan?
Well, he's just a cunt. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
I think he's getting mistaken with Dr. Who instead of Doctor Who. So.
Yeah.
Listen, I know the panel's all angry being
don't bring my mom into this thought.
Listen, I know that. Listen, we're not bad mouthing anybody. When this is not, I don't want this to turn into craziness. We're not going to bad mouth anybody. They want to bad mouth, that's fine.
No,
yeah, that's fine.
And even this Wog here, he's my buddy too.
Right. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Hope you enjoyed the fun. We'll try to get a little more clean next time. I hope.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Clean,
hey, we had a good time on this cast.
Right? No, we did. Yeah. Again, we just all hope that this is all not a simulation.
Did you ever answer the question, Dan? There's a guy who asked you a question in the comments.
Who?
Earlier you mentioned something about him being asked something about his bed or something.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just keep this with Doctor Who and not.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. It's about that, you know. So anyway,
did Daniel like the episode?
Yeah, Daniel gave it a 10 out of 10.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on rating it until I see the other parts. I liked this episode, but I kind of want to rate it all together.
No, we gotta rate it as we go along. I mean, each episode stands on its own. What do you think about it?
I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 then. If I was gonna rate this one.
Oh, that's a good.
I said a 7.
Okay. And I don't care what Phillip thinks about it. So. Are you a 10 out of 10, motherfucker? You've been brainwashed. 10 out of 10.
Come on, Mike. It was a fucking good episode. Excuse my language, but
come on, man. Are you being a fussy queen? Or are you being serious?
I mean, it was a 10.
Okay, fair enough.
It's all right for him to give it a 10 out of 10. It's fine. I could see if it was Journey to Center TARDIS and somebody gave it a 10, I'm like, whoa, we'll love it monsters. But
so you're saying that this episode is as good as like the upper echelon of any Doctor Who episodes going back to the classic series. 10 out of 10. That's the best.
All right, don't put no pressure over people, man. Come
on.
No,
I'm asking a fucking like a valid question. I mean, I'm being serious. I'm not like trolling it.
What's the question, Mike?
You rated this 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah, because I really did like how it was played out and how it was presented to us. It was like nothing we've seen before.
Okay.
It was very well done.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. All right.
So Connor said you hate Doctor Who. That goes without saying.
I hate Doctor Who, or
Yeah, you do.
Well, I mean, everyone knows I hate Doctor Who, so.
All right.
It's a big, no, I'm kidding around. I like Doctor Who. I'm just not going to say something's like 10 out of 10 when it's obviously like more like a 6 out of 10. You know.
Does anybody know what did Connor give us?
He gave it a bottle of vodka.
All right.
And some roofies.
All right. On that note, we are out of here. So again, trying to get out of here. So thank you guys for appearing. Appreciate it. Thank you for 999 Real Whovians Cast episodes.
Yeah, the big one, the next one, gonna be big.
That's what
It's gonna be
she said.
bigly. Trump even like sent me a message. He
Right.
said the Real Whovians Cast 1000 is gonna be like tremendous.
Right. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
All right. So to all my fans out there and Connor who hates Peter Capaldi, as he said in our episode, take care, bye for now, because Peter Capaldi's awesome. Take care, bye for now.